All right. So, in terms of the captain's challenge, with the word scrambles, obviously I wanted to win it, but I fucked up on the first word itself, eye patch. I think almost everybody did except for Alyssa. So if I had gotten that right, I think I probably would have been a captain. But I came in fourth place, I think. Fourth or fifth. So there were three captains, and none of them were on my original squad. And then I got picked last, so I was kind of like a little bummed by that. But luckily, uh, luckily I was paired up with Emily and Mandy from my original squad, original crew, and so that was good to have both of them on the team. And so then I was on the team. So my team captain was Jordan, and he picked Noah, myself, Mandy, and Emily. So we had a little majority from what it seems like from the beginning, from just our original group. And then yeah, so then there's three crews, and then the memory challenge that our individual crews had, we came in second place. We only missed one question, and I thought we did really well. But it turns out that the other crew got 10 out of 10, which was really impressive, I thought. So then I lost that challenge as well. And then we got told that both of the losing tribes' crews are going to a combined tribal, and the captain that won, Dylan, was coming to vote as well. So right off the bat, I was a little nervous about that because I think they would have had more people from their original crew than we did. But then I was reassured because the other crew that was going to tribal had like a whole bunch of turmoil with their challenge. I guess Dre and Caitlin started fighting, which is what Peyton told me. And then Dre was kind of like throwing Caitlin under the bus. Now he's throwing Peyton under the bus. So it looks like, from what I've been hearing from all over the place, that Dre is going to get voted out 10-1. If everybody says what they're saying they're going to do. But yeah, in terms of the people that I'm working with now, I'm really tight with my original PPA alliance, Jeff, Amir, Emily, and Peyton. And I've been talking with Caitlin a lot. And then I've been talking with Dre, although he's probably about to get voted out, so it doesn't really matter much. And Mandy is communicating with me as well, so that's good. So I think we're sitting pretty right now. And it sucks for Dre, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. So I don't think there should be many surprises at the elimination tonight, but we shall see. And that's all I got.
So with this vote coming up, are you nervous that the vote could change? That is not in your favor?
So I've been talking a lot with Dre just today, and he seems like he's somewhat confident that he has 7 or 8 people that are going to vote for Peyton. That being Dylan. He's not sure about Dylan, but then he thinks that myself, Emily, Mandy, Kim, Noah, himself, Dre himself, and then somebody else. Or he has like 7 people voting for Peyton, and then Alyssa, Peyton, and Caitlin are going to vote for Dre. So he thinks he's under the impression that he's going to be fine 8-3 or 7-4. From what I've been hearing from everybody else, and I'm going to keep checking just to make sure, it seems like everybody's still voting out Dre. So I'm not really concerned. And if it were to sway towards Peyton, I mean, that would suck because he's a part of an original alliance that I had. But I mean, they're not talking about me personally, so I'm not too worried about it. No.
Well, I'm not sure if Sean's done or not, but I did have a question about captain's challenges and what your ongoing strategy is. Do you plan to continue to compete? And if so, why? And if you don't want to compete, why?
So I think it would have been very advantageous for me to have won it the first time. And in terms of challenges overall, I'm really getting frustrated with coming very close and then not winning, but that's besides the point. But in terms of the captain's challenge, I think I'm still going to try to win because no matter what, you're picking the people on your crew. So if I can pick people that I feel comfortable with my original picks, then I can pick towards the end, I can pick people that I would want to vote out as long as I have more people that I feel comfortable with on my team as opposed to people that I don't feel comfortable with. So like if I can pick people that are in my original alliance first, so if it were two tribes of 7 coming up, I would try to pick 4 people so 3 other people, including myself, so have 4 people that I'm comfortable with, or even 5, and then pick 2 people that I would want to vote out. So that would be my strategy. So I think no matter what, it would be advantageous to win the captain's challenge. That way you can kind of control your own destiny on who's on your team, even though you might look like you're tough to beat in the challenges, but I'd rather have control of who's on my team than not.
How has your strategy changed now that you're learning more about the format, and what is some of that strategy now?
So in terms of the format, it's always changing. So I can't really you can't really bunker down with a certain group of people. You have to be branching out and speaking to pretty much everyone. And I think I've done a good job in doing that. Some people have reached out to me. I've reached out to some people. And then you have to keep connections with the people that were on your original team. So as long as you keep an open line of communication with almost everyone, granted, I don't have a working relationship with Dylan, Jordan, or Kim, but it seems like they don't have much of communication with many other people either. So I think I'm in a good position with talking to a lot of people. So I think that's the way to go about it in terms of strategy. Just kind of talk to as many people as you can, kind of feel out what they're saying. That way, when it comes down to if you lose a challenge, you have that line of communication and trust with the person that you've been speaking to up until this point. Like I think so just for example, the last elimination, Zach reached out to me 15 minutes before he was voted out to see what the gameplay was, and that's just not. I don't think that's going to fly. So you kind of have to plan ahead and develop communication with people prior to you getting voted out.
Who do you trust the most in this game right now, and why?
So right now, I think I trust Jeff I trust Emily. I trust Peyton. I think I trust Emily the most, and then Jeff, and then Peyton. I trust them all a lot. I trust Amir a decent amount. And then I like Noah and I like Caitlin. I think, but I haven't worked with them for as long as I've worked with the other three or the other four. So I would say, in order, I'd say kind of Jeff and Emily, 1A, 1B, and then Peyton, a close second, then Amir, and then Caitlin and Noah.
I think that's all I have.
All right. So you talked about, like, if you became a captain, you basically talked about picking your allies. For, I think you said something about like numbers and stuff. I don't know if you were talking about numbers, but like, if you become a captain, how are you, like, what is your strategy on picking people based on the challenges purpose, like solely, just challenge solely?
I wouldn't. So I'm not. I wouldn't take into account the challenges at all. Basically, I would just pick people that I felt comfortable with, and mainly the people that I feel comfortable with. I feel like are pretty good at challenges in general, anyway. So if I were to pick like Emily or Jeff, I would feel comfortable with them in challenges. I mean, Jeff and Amir's team got 10 out of 10 on the memory thing. So I mean, I guess they're doing pretty good for themselves over there. So, but in terms of the like challenges, I wouldn't weigh too much into that. It would be more based on our relationship in the game.
Okay, well, that's all I have for questions. Nicole, you said you were done with questions too, right?
Yep, I think that's all. We'll talk to you later tonight.
If I could just say one thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
I just want to say something about Dre. I kind of really wanted to play a little bit further with him. It kind of sucks that it looks like he's going to be voted out. Because I thought he was the only person that I knew from when the cast was revealed, so I thought we might be able to join forces, but it kind of sucks that everybody's kind of voting him out and there's nothing really I can do about it. But if I ever have a chance to play with him again, I would love to try to go a little bit further with him. But yeah, other than that, that's all I have.
Who would you rather be going home tonight if you did get to choose?
So I was thinking about this a lot, but I'm definitely not going to bring it up to any of the people that are close to me because I don't want to seem a little too gamey. But if I were to choose of the people that were going home, that could be going home, I would probably try to gun for Alyssa because I think seems pretty smart and she seems like she's a big challenge threat. But it would be way too big of a move to even push for that this early. So I'm kind of hopping on. I'm kind of like not floating, but going with the majority on the Dre thing because I think a power move like that to get Alyssa out this early, it would just be too much. But yeah, I would try to get Alyssa out if I could, but it's way too early for that. So
Thank you very much.
you're
Talk to
welcome,
you at
guys.
9 o'clock.
See you at 9.
Bye.